All right, in health news, over the holidays, going through cancer treatment can be difficult, and for those receiving treatment, they might be sensitive to smell and to taste. Randy, a specialty dietitian at Spectrum Health, is here to talk about ways that we all can help. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and my family knows this all too well. Unfortunately, cancer is something that's run in our family, and it's really hard to sit around the dinner table and to see somebody so down with cancer. But what can we all do to try to help during this time?
Yeah, I think there are several ways. I think it is important to remember that cancer is several diseases kind of grouped in. So even just talking to your loved one about how they are feeling would definitely help, because people go through it differently.
Sure.
And treatments are all different and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But there are some generic tips that we recommend as dietitians. First, eating several meals a day will help. It helps with blood sugar control, fatigue, just so things aren't so overwhelming too.
And we got to think of their taste buds.
Yes, definitely.
So they need to eat small meals a day.
Yeah.
Do you want to recommend what kinds of things we should have on hand if someone's coming to visit, if they don't know to bring some of their own things?
Sure. So oftentimes meats are, they lose their taste for meat a lot.
Okay.
So grinding up meats or putting them in casseroles is always a good option, or other types of proteins like dairies or custards or puddings. Those kind of fun holiday treats too that also have protein in them.
Sure.
Fruit is oftentimes a really, really good option. People really enjoy fruit. It just helps combat nausea. It tastes good. Taste is so affected. Sometimes it's metallic or just so bland or just blah. So fruit is just, it has fluid, and it just tastes really yummy.
Yeah, I think the metallic taste is what I've heard the most from many of my relatives. Everything tastes like metal to them. Can't imagine.
It's such a hard one to combat, because there's not a ton, but there are just different flavors, and just having a variety of things too is always good, because you don't know what's going to taste good one day and not another day.
Sure, absolutely. And that taste they're getting, is it from the medicine that they're having pumped in?
Yeah, oftentimes chemotherapy or even radiation therapy could destroy taste buds as well.
You brought some options with you, which are pretty great, because you could have them out for anybody to enjoy, and maybe that person doesn't feel so unique, I guess, about their situation.
Sure.
So you want to go ahead and walk us down the line here of what you brought for some good examples?
Sure. So I tried to make it more holiday-ish themed, but so things like peppermint, like candy canes, or even a peppermint tea might be soothing, or help with that taste, or even nausea a little bit.
Sure.
So you'd want to avoid the strong mint flavors if you have a lot of reflux, that kind of thing, because that will make that worse. But otherwise, it is very good, and it's a stronger flavor, so it might taste good. Chex Mix, I made this morning. I'm not a very good cook, so this is my best attempt here. It has a little less seasoning, so it's not as bold in case there is a lot of nausea, but if they aren't tasting things as well, you might want to ramp up the seasoning. So play around with that a little bit.
Okay. And also, if someone isn't a cook at all and they fear even getting the ingredients to make something like this, you can buy Chex Mix already in the bag and maybe add some more seasonings to it, right?
Yeah, and that one's probably pretty seasoned, because they do that to make it taste really good. And you can make it with a ton of different things as well. You don't have to use like pretzels and nuts
Basic
and
ingredients.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
These are ginger snaps, but gingerbread men or gingerbread houses. Ginger helps with nausea too, and it's just a fun little added bonus that it's like a holiday treat as well.
Sure.
Oftentimes sweet things taste really good to patients, because that's the last taste to kind of go when you're going through treatment. So that's kind of a double win. I always like hot chocolate because it's chocolate.
It's naturally rich anyway,
Yeah.
so someone who has lost their sense of taste, that would be very good.
Yeah, and it's another way to get protein easily. It's soothing, it's festive. Everyone probably has it on hand this time of year too.
Okay. You had a tuna casserole recipe, which is tasty. Tell us a little bit about this casserole. I think we might have some of the ingredients that we can throw up on the screen right there if you want to lead everybody through it.
So thinking of like main dishes to serve, because that's cumbersome. Tuna casserole is a good option because it is comforting but not overly heavy, and you don't have to use tuna. You could use chicken or something like that too. And it's just like cream of mushroom soup and noodles and some veggies, and kind of throw it all together. You can grind up the meats really small. You can get that punch of protein that we really need to help spare muscle during cancer treatment. And it's something the whole family can kind of
And
enjoy
it's
as
something
well.
you could throw in the crock pot if you
Absolutely,
needed to.
too. Yes.
And then great for leftovers
Yes,
as well. Okay,
yeah.
all sorts of great advice for everybody out there. If you have been diagnosed with cancer and you'd like a second option, or excuse me, opinion or a consultation, please call 855-SH-CANCER, and that's 855-742-2623. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.